of enhancing your English. Today I'm here with infinitives. As you all know, infinitives are a very important part of speech. So, without infinitives are basically non-finite verbs. There are two other types of non-finite verbs, gerunds and participles, which I've covered in my previous videos. So now let's start infinitives. An infinitive is a verb formed from the verb's base form or the verb's first form and has to before it. So basically the formula for an infinitive is to plus verb's first form or base form. It acts as a noun, adjective or adverb depending on the sentence. So you can get to know from this line that it does not act as a verb. Though it is formed from a verb, it does not act as one. Let's understand this better with some examples. I love to swim. In the sentence, to swim, which is to plus verb's first form, is our infinitive and it is working as a noun, as it's not showing that I am swimming. It's not showing I'm doing that activity. It's saying that this is saying that I like that activity. It's the name of the activity. That's why it's a noun. Now let's look at an example where this infinitive comes as an adjective. The person you need to call is Reema. In the sentence, to call is our adjective because it is describing what we have to do to Reema. We have to call her. And the subject wants to call her. That's why the subject adjective always describes the subject. So it is important for a subject to be there. Now let's look at a sentence where our infinitive is an adverb. I can't wait to see the surprise. In the sentence, to see is an adverb, as to see is describing the verb wait and is defining it better, and that's what the role of an adverb is. Now let's move on to the types of infinitives. There are three main types: full infinitives, bare infinitives, and split infinitives. So first, let's start with full infinitives. Full infinitives, to understand its types, we have to take active form and passive form. So there are four types in full infinitives: simple indefinite infinitives, simple continuous infinitives, perfect infinitives, and perfect continuous infinitives. So let's look at simple indefinite infinitives first. They refer to when a time is indefinite, or in simpler words, when we do not know the time of an action. It's in active form, we form it with to plus verb's first form. That's easy. Now let me tell you an example. I want to purchase a car. In the sentence, to purchase is our simple indefinite infinitive, as the time is indefinite when I want to purchase the car. The subject is just telling us that I want to purchase a car. It's not telling what time, what date he's going to purchase the car. So that's why to purchase is a simple indefinite infinitive in active form. Now let's look at when it is changed to passive form. The formula for this is to plus be plus verb's third form. So it completely changes from the active form. Let's understand this better with an example. The student is I want to be cared. In the sentence, we have to, we have be, and we have verb's third form. Cared. So to be cared is our simple indefinite infinitive, as no, the verb's third form ends with en or ed. So in the sentence, to be cared is our simple indefinite infinitive, as it is showing that the subject isn't receiving the action. He's not giving the action, but he wants to. He's just thinking that he wants to receive the action. Now let's go to our next type, simple continuous infinitive. They are used when we want to refer to an action that is happening right now, that is continuously happening. Its formation is to plus be plus verb's first form. Now let's understand this deeper with an example. I'd really like to be swimming in a pool right now. In the sentence, to be swimming is our simple continuous infinitive and like is our verb. To be swimming is our simple continuous verb infinitive in active form, as it is showing that the action is she wants to do it right now. Now let's move on to perfect infinitive. So our perfect infinitive is often used when we want to refer to an action that might have happened in the past. Its formation in active form is to plus have plus verb's third form. So it's this formula right here in the table. Now let's understand this deeper with an example. I would prefer to have stayed in the small cute hotel. In the sentence, to have stayed is our perfect infinitive. It has have and it has verbs third form, which is en and ed. To have stayed is our perfect infinitive, as it is showing something that she might have done if she was given the opportunity. Now I want to tell you another thing. We use perfect infinitives with verbs such as claim, expect, hope, etc. So we use it with verbs as claim, hope, etc. Now let's go to its passive form. So perfect infinitives, passive form, its formation is to plus have plus be plus verbs third form, which is en and ed. So now let's understand this with an example. Example, the students are claiming to have been beaten by the other students. In the sentence, to have been beaten is our perfect infinitive in passive form. It is so because the students are saying that they have been beaten in some kind of competition by the other students. Now let's move on to our perfect continuous infinitive. Our perfect continuous infinitive is used to refer to a thing that has been happening for a while but now is over. Its formation is to plus have plus be plus verbs first form plus ing. Please note this formula and all the other formulas because they are very important when you are learning infinitives. Now let's understand this with an example. I would have preferred to have been sleeping all afternoon. In the sentence, to have been sleeping, to plus have been and verbs first form with ing is our perfect continuous infinitive. As you can see, they are from the table, the two places where the passive form is not there, and they are such situations, and simple continuous and perfect continuous are one of those situations. Now let's move on to the other type of infinitives, bare infinitives. So bare infinitives have some pointers you need to keep in mind. They are the infinitives that do not have to before them and are known as, and they are also known as zero infinitives. And now I will tell you some ways to identify them. They come after modal verbs, for example, could, should, might, etc. Now let's use this in a sentence. We might win. In the sentence, we can see might, our modal verb, and win is our bare verb in the sentence. I hope you guys know what are modal verbs. In case you need revision and want to enhance your knowledge about them, you can always refer to my video in which I explain them. So modal verbs are basically verbs that show possibility, as like might, could, should, etc. Now let's move on to the second pointer, after certain words. So let me tell you those certain words. They come after these 5 verbs, only these 5 verbs. See, hear, feel, make and let. So these are the 5 verbs they can come with. Let's use them in example. He made me laugh. In the sentence, made me laugh is our bare infinitive. So these words you should keep in mind if you want to easily identify bare infinitives. Now let's move on to our third point. They come after expressions like would rather, have better, sooner than, rather than. They come after expressions. So now let's understand this in a sentence. I would rather eat ice cream than eat the chocolate cake. So would rather eat is our bare infinitive. Now let's go on to our fourth point to understand them and to identify them. It is commonly used with the word why. Please note, it is commonly used with the word why. This is the spelling of why. Well, I'm talking about this why because it is a homophone and there are different meanings to why. So an example is, why wait till tomorrow for the party? So kids are like getting restless for the party and they're like, why wait till tomorrow? Why can't we have it today? So why wait till is a bare infinitive. Now that we have understood bare infinitives and how to identify them, let's move on to split infinitives. Split infinitives are formed when you place an adverb between to and the verb. So this is a simple indefinite infinitive, to plus verb's first form, where in the middle you add an adverb and thus it becomes a split infinitive as you split to from the indefinite verb. So that's why it's called the split infinitive and that's the definition for it. So an example for this is easy to spot as the adverb is there. As adverb is a big clue to identify them. Now let me tell you an example. To carefully walk. So these 3 words form a split infinitive. To is here and carefully is our adverb. It ends with ly and walk is our verb. Now let's use it in a sentence. Please listen to the example carefully. The example is the teacher told us to carefully walk on the road. So in this, to walk was our full infinitive and when the adverb came inside it, it became a split infinitive. So to carefully walk is a split infinitive in this sentence. Now let's do a small recap on infinitives. Infinitives are non-finite verbs. They are generally preceded by to and they are verbs that are used as noun, adjective or adverb. They are not used as verbs. We discussed full infinitives, which are divided into 4 parts: simple indefinite infinitive, simple continuous infinitive, perfect infinitive, perfect continuous infinitive, and with their forms, etc. Their infinitives, we discussed how to identify them and explain them better with examples. If split infinitives are very easy to spot, as adverb is the big clue to find them. And that's it. We're done with today's lesson on infinitives. I hope you watch my following videos and my previous videos. Be sure to subscribe and tap the notification bell to stay notified about my future videos. Please hit the like button and share it so other people can also make the best of their time by doing recap on infinitives. Goodbye everybody and have a good day.